Hi, how are you? My name is Hannah and I will be your teacher, so hi again. We have two books, People's Book and Activity Book, so please bring these books. 21st Century English for Libya Primary 5 People's Book. So now I need your People's Book. Open your book on page 86. So open your book please on page 86. I need now your People's Book and open it on page 86. Like this. Excellent. What can we see on this page? Different places. So we can see here different places. Different places. We have some words in the box. They are museum, lake, cave, forest, waterfall, ruin. What can you see on this picture? Different places. So picture of different places. So unit 5, places to see. Lesson 1, different places, and we have here some words in the box. They are the word of different places. Again, museum, lake, cave, forest, waterfall, and ruin. We can see here also some pictures. Museum. So we have a very famous museum in Tripoli. Okay, it's museum. So this museum is in Tripoli. Soraya Hamra Museum, it is in Tripoli. The second picture, it is lake. What's lake? It's a lot of water. It's a place with a lot of water and the land around it. It's a lot of water. So it's lake. Ruin. What's ruin? It's an old building. Ancient building. It's like Subrata. Ruin. Here we have waterfall. It's a high place. And the water falls down. We can find this place in the mountain. It's like Darna waterfall. Forest. It's a place with a lot of trees, a lot of beautiful trees. Here, cave. Again, we have museum, lake, ruin, waterfall, and forest. So we have museum, lake, ruin, waterfall, forest, cave. Now, look, read, and write. So we need to look. Look to what? Look to different places. Where? In the pictures. So we have here some pictures. So you need to look. Then you are going to read the words, these words in the box, and write the word in front of picture. Again. So can you see the first picture? It is waterfall. What's this? It is waterfall. So where's waterfall here? We need to write waterfall here. Okay, excellent. It is waterfall. So look to the picture, read the word from the box, and write it under the picture. So it is waterfall. Number 1, waterfall. What about number 2? Lake. Excellent. Lake. So waterfall, lake. Museum. Cave. Ruin. Forest. So we have waterfall, lake, museum, cave, ruin, forest. Again, waterfall, lake, museum, cave, ruin, forest. Can you repeat them? Waterfall, lake, museum, cave, ruin, forest. Excellent. Now we are going to listen. Listen. Look at this boy. Listen. 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 Point. Say. So listen, point, and say. Listen, point, and say. Number 2, we have listen, point, and say. Listen, point, and say. Can we see the picture here? We have a picture of different places. Again, we have waterfall, lake, museum, cave, ruin, and forest. So listen, point, and say. You are going to listen to the word, for example, waterfall, then point to the picture and say the word again. Example, waterfall, waterfall. So you are going to point to waterfall picture, waterfall, and say the waterfall again. Ready?
Listen, point, and say. It's a waterfall. It's a cave. It's a lake. It's a ruin. It's a museum. It's a forest.
Adjectives. So here we have some adjectives here. What's adjectives? Adjectives are words that can be used to describe nouns, gives more information about nouns. We have here about 5 adjectives. Famous, 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 high, 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 beautiful, 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 interesting, 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 ancient, 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 and we have interesting, interesting, interesting. Again, famous, high, beautiful, interesting, ancient, interesting. What are these? They are not different places, they are adjectives. So now we have adjectives again, famous, high, beautiful, interesting, ancient, interesting. So now listen and match. Listen and match. So we have the first group are words of places, different places. Can we read them? Waterfall, 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 museum, 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 cave, 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 forest, 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 lake, 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 ruin, ruin, ruin. The second group are group of adjectives. What are they? Beautiful, 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 ancient, 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 large, 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 interesting, 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 famous, 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 high, high, high. So what are we going to do now? We are going to match. Match what? Match places with adjective. But before that, we are going to listen. Example, we can have here, number 1, waterfall. So listen please. It's a high waterfall. It's a high waterfall. So which adjective? High. Excellent. So what are you going to do? Just write here in front of high number 1. Why number 1? Because waterfall is number 1. So you need to write 1 here like high. High. It's a high waterfall. Ready? So now you are going to listen and match. Listen and match.
Listen and match. 1,
It's a high waterfall.
2,
It's an interesting museum.
3,
It's a famous cave.
4,
It's a large forest.
5,
It's a beautiful lake.
6,
It's an ancient ruin.
Okay, now we are going to answer them. So, number one, it's a high waterfall. It's a high waterfall. Excellent. So, we can write here number one. What about number two? Museum. Museum. It's an interesting museum. Excellent. Number three, cave. Cave. It's a famous cave. Famous cave. Excellent. Number four, forest. 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 It's a large forest. It's a large forest. Lake. 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 It's a beautiful lake. The last one, ruin. 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 It is an ancient ruin. So we have it's a high waterfall. It's an interesting museum. It is a famous cave. It is a large forest. It is a beautiful lake, and it is an ancient ruin. So now you are going to listen and match again. Listen and try to repeat the sentence. It is high waterfall. Ready?
Listen and match. 1,
It's a high waterfall.
2,
It's an interesting museum.
3,
It's a famous cave.
4,
It's a large forest.
5,
It's a beautiful lake.
6,
It's an ancient ruin.
Now number three, read and point, read and point. So we have a passage here. This passage is about the Libyan Museum. It's about the Libyan Museum. Look at the title, the Libyan Museum. So we are speaking about the Libyan Museum information file. The Libyan Museum is very famous. There are lots of beautiful and ancient things in the museum. Can you see the head of an old statue? Find people in a cave painting. Can you find the ancient stone tablet? Find the pattern on the mosaic. Okay, so now we will start explain one by one. So this is Libyan Museum. So we are a Libyan Museum. This is Libyan Museum. This museum is in Libya. It is in Tripoli. So the Libyan Museum is very famous. A lot of people know about our museum. What you can see if you are going to this museum, what can you see? There are lots of beautiful and ancient things in the museum. You can find beautiful and very old things in the museum. Can you see the head of an old statue? Can you see the head of an old statue? The head of an old statue. Find people in a cave painting. So what's this? It is painting. Where we can find this painting? It is in the cave. And what you can see in this cave painting, we can see some people. So it is a cave painting. Can you find an ancient stone tablet? Okay, it's a flat tablet. It's a flat tablet. It is an ancient stone tablet. Also, you can find the pattern on the mosaic. Mosaic. Okay, so, and this is the mosaic. So we have the head of an old statue. We have the cave painting, and you can see there an ancient stone tablet and the pattern on the mosaic. So again, we have this is Libyan Museum, information about Libyan Museum. The Libyan Museum is very famous. There are lots of beautiful and ancient things in the museum. Can you see the head of an old statue? Find people in a cave painting. Can you find the ancient stone tablet and find the pattern on the mosaic? So here you are going to point. The Libyan Museum is very famous. Excellent. This is Libyan Museum. There are lots of beautiful and ancient things in the museum. So can you see here? Different things. Can you see the head of an old statue? The head of an old statue. Find people in a cave painting. Cave painting. Can you find the ancient stone tablet? And the last thing, find the pattern on the mosaic. Number 4. Find and write words. So we have here 4 words. What are they? Can you read them? Okay, I'm going to read. Tablet, tablet, mosaic, mosaic, statue, cave, cave. So number 1, a very large hole in the earth. What is it? It's a place here. And this place is a very large what? Hole in the earth. So is it tablet? No, it is cave. Excellent. So can we go now to number 2? An ancient flat square of stone. An ancient flat square of stone. Flat square of stone. Tablet, it's from the passage. A model of person made from stone. So we have a person and we made this person from stone. And you can find them in the museum. What is it? Statue. The last one, a picture made with lots of small colored pieces of glass or stone. So it's a picture. And this picture made with lots of small, very small colored pieces of glass or stone. What is it? Mosaic. Mosaic. So again, if I told you, what's a cave? Can you tell me what's a cave? Cave is a very large hole in the earth. Excellent. Very large hole in the earth. Tablet, an ancient flat square of stone. What about statue? What is it? It's a model of a person made from stone. Mosaic? What's mosaic? I don't know. What's the meaning of mosaic? Mosaic is a picture made with lots of small colored pieces of glass or stone. Okay, so English for Libya Primary 5 activity book. So we finished with people's book and we are ready to start our activity book. So now we need our activity book. Open your book on page 56. So what we need now? Page 56. So open your book on page 56. Okay, page 56. Can you see? We have number 1 and number 2. Places to see. The first one, complete the sentence with the words in the box and use the words again in a new sentence. Ready? So now we'll start with number 1. Number 1. Complete the sentence with the words in the box. So we have here some words. What are they? Are they different places? Famous, high, interesting, large, beautiful, ancient? No, they are adjectives. Excellent, they are adjectives. So we have famous, high, interesting, large, beautiful, ancient. So we have here about 6 adjectives. We need to put these adjectives in these places. Ready? Can we start with number 1? On the mountain, there is a place with a very waterfall. So which one we need to write it here? Famous waterfall, high waterfall, interesting waterfall, large waterfall. Which one? Excellent, it's a high waterfall. Excellent, high waterfall. What about number 2? The ruin. So we are speaking about ruin. Was 2,000 years old. 2,000 years old. So it's very, very old. So what we are going to write here? Ancient. Excellent. The ancient ruin. There are many things in the museum. There are many things in the museum. What is it? Many things in the museum. Famous. So we have high, ancient, and famous. Can we go now to number 4? In the museum, there are two what? Gold bracelets. There are 2 gold bracelets. So what is it? What we can write here? Which adjective? Beautiful. 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 We can go now to number 5. Many animals can sleep in this. Many animals. So it's a lot of animals here. So the cave should be what? Beautiful? No. Large. Excellent. It should be large. We go now to number 6. It is an, so we should start with vowel letters here. It's an first because of its beautiful trees. What is it? Interesting. Excellent. Interesting. So, on the mountain there is a place with a very high waterfall. The ancient ruin was 2,000 years old. There are many famous things in the museum. In the museum there are 2 beautiful gold bracelets. Many animals can sleep in this large cave. It is an interesting forest because of its beautiful trees. Now, number 2. Number 2, can you see here? Use the words again in new sentences. Which words? The adjective ones. Do you still remember them? Okay, can we say them together? Famous, large, beautiful, high, interesting, ancient. Again, famous, large, beautiful, high, ancient, interesting. Excellent. So we need to write these 6 adjectives in the correct places. Okay, it's very easy. Why? Because can you see here, it is the first letter of the adjective. For example, number 1, he is a man. He is a man. So which adjective starts with F letter? It is famous. Excellent. So he is a famous man. He is a famous man. Can you do number 2? It is a very house with 6 bedrooms. So this house has 6 bedrooms. So this house is very what? Large. Excellent. Very large. Can we go now to number 3? Look at these flowers on the table. So this adjective should start with the letter B. So what is it? Beautiful. Excellent. Beautiful. Now we are going to number 4. The waterfall is 500 meters. The waterfall is 500 meters high. Excellent. Now number 5. Pyramids. So the pyramids are in Egypt. What we have in Egypt? Pyramids. And it's very old. So what we can write here? Ancient pyramids. Ancient pyramids. The last one, I like my science lessons because they are very interesting. So number 1, he is a famous man. It is a very large house with 6 bedrooms. Look at these beautiful flowers on the table. The waterfall is 500 meters high. The ancient pyramids are in Egypt. I like my science lessons because they are very interesting. Do you like your English lessons? I hope so. Okay, now we have number 3 and number 4 on page 57. So we have number 3 and number 4. So we are going to start with number 3 now. What you can see in number 3, we have a question here. How do you spell these words? How do you spell these words? Look, read, and say. So we have words again. What are they? Are they places or adjectives? Excellent, they are adjectives. Can you read them? Okay, let us start together. We start to read them together. So, famous, like he is a famous man. Excellent. Famous museum, famous Libyan museum. Large, beautiful, high, ancient, interesting. So the question is, how do you spell ancient? How do you spell ancient? Can you tell me how do you spell ancient? Ancient? I know it is ANCIENT. A-N-T. Excellent. Ancient. Can you try with famous? How do you spell famous? How do you spell famous? How do you spell famous? F-A-M-O-U-S. So repeat after me the question. How do you spell? How do you spell? How do you spell? How do you spell? Again, how do you spell large? How do you spell large? L-A-R-G-E. Excellent. How do you spell beautiful? How do you spell beautiful? Excellent. Excellent. Number 4, read the sentence. What is it? Can you see here? We have A and we have B. So I will divide you into two groups. Group A, girls, and Group B, boys. So girls answer only under A and boys answer only under B. So I'm going to start now with number 1. There are lots of ancient things in it. What is it? It's a place, and this place starts with M. It's an ancient things in it. It's an ancient things in it. What is it? And it starts with M. It is museum. Excellent, girls. Now we are going to boys. You are okay, you go on a lake or river in this. So we need this if you are going to on a lake or river. Car? No, it starts with B. What is it? Boys, quickly. Boat. It is boat. Now we are going to girls. This is lots of water with land around it. So it's a place. And this place starts with L letter. And it's a lots of water with the land around it. What is it? Lake. Excellent. It's a lake. What about you, boys? You write with this or a pen. It's a very easy one. So you can write with the pen or excellent, pen or pencil. Now, it's a very dark inside this place. So it is very dark inside this place. It is a large hole in the earth. It is very dark inside. And you can find some painting. So, and it starts with C. What is it? It's a place. What is it? Cave. Excellent. It's a cave. This is a place where water falls from a mountain. So it is waterfall. The last point to girls, there are lots of trees in this place. So this place has lots of trees. It is, and start with F letter. It's forest. The last one, this place is an ancient house or building. This place is very old house. We have one in Libya, Sabrata. What is it? Ruin. Excellent to boys and girls. So we have museum, lake, cave, forest, boat, pencil, waterfall, and ruin. So now we can say goodbye. But before that, we are going to revise what we have done today. So, we speak about the places. What are they? Cave, lake, forest, ruin, museum, and waterfall. Also, we are speaking about adjectives. What are they? Famous, high, interesting, beautiful, large, ancient. Don't forget things that can we find them in the museum, like mosaic, pattern, statue, stone, tablet, cave painting. And the last thing is the question, how do you spell? So now, just I'm going to say goodbye. See you in another time.